go rapid fire through my monthly recurring expenses. Mortgage payment, $4,431.49. HELOC payment, $628.12. Loan from my retirement to help pay for my house, $191.63.
Okay, we got to pause it right there because those numbers are outrageous. So if you got $4,431 for a mortgage, so she probably lives on the East Coast. Matter of fact, she does live along the East Coast. $628 for a HELOC. And if you guys don't know what a HELOC is basically, well, it stands for Home Equity Line of Credit, and it basically allows you to use the equity in your home as a credit card. And if you don't pay off your HELOC, they get to take your house. That's basically how that works. And then $191 from a loan for her retirement so she can pay for her mortgage. This is a disaster waiting to happen because these are all her monthly recurring expenses. She has to take out things from her retirement. She's got to take out things from her HELOC just to buy stuff and to buy this house she clearly cannot afford to buy. And on top of that, taking out from your retirement, she's probably also got hit with a 10% penalty for tapping into a retirement account before it's time. Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Student loans,
And student
$114.61.
loans.
Soccer for 3 of my children, $900 a month.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. $900 to put kids in soccer? You can miss me with that. I'll take them to Walmart. We're gonna go get a soccer ball and we're gonna have a free soccer lesson at the park. I'm not spending no damn $900 on soccer. And you know what's funny about this is that someone in her TikTok has actually commented that soccer has to go. You simply can't afford it right now. Her response was, I pick up extra shifts for it. I'm not willing to sacrifice things that enrich my kids' lives. This is why people end up in the situations that they are in because they refuse to sacrifice anything. And unfortunately, like this woman is doing, they like to use their children to justify the stupid decisions that they make. $900 for soccer is outrageous to be paying for that monthly. You know, my son comes to me all the time asking me for some stupid nonsense that he sees online. I tell my son straight up, no, you're not getting that. He wants a whole bunch of stuff for his birthday that's coming up next month. And all he's doing is saying, Daddy, I want this. Daddy, I want that. I want some acrylic markers. I want 3D glass. Like this, he's turning 7 years old. He's gonna forget about that stuff within 2 days. So I'm not even gonna bother buying him this nonsense. And if it's a recurring payment that he's asking for, that's absolutely a hell no. What it seems to me that this content creator is doing is, unfortunately, what my mother did was try to substitute herself for stuff. Basically, instead of spending time with her children, she's using her money to keep her kids busy instead of actually being there to, play with them, entertain them, teach them and whatnot. And that's not a good thing to do because that's how kids end up resenting you. Like children want to spend time with you. They don't care about the stuff at the end of the day. They just want to have some time with you, basically. And this woman works a lot of overtime. Like she showed us how much she's made in one of her video responses to someone else's comment. She makes what I thought was good money at first, about $11,000 every 2 weeks. But then she got to the taxes. And basically, it takes her 2 weeks to pay her taxes. So basically, she's coming home with about $11,000, which is insane to me that they're taking half of her monthly pay and just taxes alone. That's absolutely insane. And this is how people who make 6 figures end up living paycheck to paycheck because they bring their expenses up to their income instead of them having this high income and saying, I'm just going to live as cheaply as possible so I can save up as much money as possible. But she can't do that when she's got a $4,000 mortgage, a $600 HELOC, and a $200 retirement payback. and then $114 student loans. Because we don't know exactly how much she owes in that stuff, but I'm just assuming it's a lot, and it adds up quickly. So let's continue.
Utilities, starting with internet, $107. Auto insurance, $143.53. Electric bill, $199.10. Gas bill, $104.06. Garbage service, $120.20. Water bill, $190.63. Phone service for multiple people, around $100.
I don't believe that.
Miscellaneous, starting with Amazon Kids, $5.99. Disney Plus, $21.99. Microsoft PC, $11.99. Netflix, $24.99. CVS Extra Care Card, $5. Greenlight cards, $5.99. And something I'm pretty sure is a scam, but I haven't had the time to look into it. Homeowners Insurance of Boston, $19.23. The Grand.
Yes, and these are all just her monthly expenses. And the vast majority of this stuff is nonsense. Like the mortgage, the HELOC, retirement, student loans, all of that stuff is because she's impatient. Soccer is absolutely nonsense. All the subscriptions are nonsense. Like, you need to just cut them all up, cut them all, and just pick one.
Total, not including food, gas costs, or any sort of clothing or miscellaneous purchases for daily living, is $6,425.55.
Oh boy. And you guys ever wonder how people who make six figures live paycheck to paycheck? Because they do things like this, have all these expenses, overextending yourself. And in order for her to sustain the lifestyle that she is living, she has to work overtime. She does not have a choice but to work overtime. So I already know for a fact she's not seeing her children.
I borrowed from my retirement in order to buy a house sooner, and this is the math that led me to that decision. The median house price of houses in my area is around $650,000. The minimum amount of money that you need in order to put a down payment on a house of that cost is 3%, which is also a total of $19,500. The average cost of a rental in my area was $3,500 per month. This equates to $42,000 every single year being thrown away. Extrapolate that over the course of 5 years, and that's $210,000 that is going towards nothing.
Yes, that would be the case if we lived in a perfect world. But you see, we don't live in a perfect world, because when you buy a house, when you saw the list of expenses she has for that house, those are her monthly recurring expenses. What about when things break, when your AC goes out, when you get a storm that tears up your roof? That stuff costs money too. And when you live in an apartment, you don't have to pay for any of that stuff. That's on the owner of the property. That's their problem, not yours. No, people love to tell you things like this, but they never give you the whole story.
Gone. Poof. Now, assuming that houses appreciate at a rate of about 3% every single year, your $650,000 house in 5 years will be approximately worth $753,000.
Now, that may be true, but that's only if you sell your house. If you don't plan on selling your house, the amount that your house is worth means absolutely nothing.
That's a $103,000 growth over the course of 5 years. But wait, when you're making a house payment, you're paying towards the principal. So let's add in another like $30,000 in mortgage pay down. So that gives us the total after 5 years around $130,000 that I have built in equity. Now, sure, I'm missing out on the potential growth that my $25,000 could have built up in a retirement fund, but I'm still ahead by about $100,000 after that 5-year period. So yes, I borrowed from my retirement. I borrowed from my retirement not because I'm reckless, but because I was sick and tired of being stuck. I was sick and tired of being stuck paying someone else's house payment for a property that I didn't own. Yes, houses cost a lot of money But so does rent. Rent is expensive too. And waiting to buy property costs more.
Yes, but her logic is extremely flawed because when you have a house payment, you're still paying for someone else's house. That's the crazy part. Because when you have a house payment, you're paying the bank for that house. The bank still owns that house. It's just you're responsible for everything that happens into it. But if you fail to make your payment, the bank can come and take that house away because you don't own it. And what I think is absolutely like the craziest part about this whole situation she's in is that she's a registered nurse, obviously. So she can basically work in any state that she wants to, but she picked this one expensive state to live in, Massachusetts. She picked that expensive state to live in, bought an expensive house, and has expensive cost of living when she didn't have to. She could have just moved to some cheaper state, like somewhere in the Midwest. And it absolutely makes no sense to me that she's using this logic to justify why she's making these stupid ass decisions in her life. But maybe I'm off on this. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. See y'all next time.